and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lex. Today I'm hanging out here with Kiki, my queen. We're gonna go do some building today actually in Happy Home Paradise. I was considering doing an island build today, but then I remembered that I'd have to order things through Nook Shopping like 400 times. So instead we're gonna do some different color themes, I think, in Happy Home. So I don't know what colors they're gonna be. I guess it'll depend on the villager, but I'm excited to, do something a little different today. Last time I did Happy Home, I did a studio apartment, I believe, and today we're gonna really focus on the exterior of the build. I went straight to Happy Home Paradise and I was looking around and it hit me as I passed Patty that her theme is to grill. And I just feel like that's so messed up. Like, Nintendo, why would you, first of all, name a cow patty? I always wondered if it was referring to cow patties like poop or to hamburger patties, but the fact that her theme is grilling, that's dark. She's literally just a cow. Besties? But anyway, I went with Dotty. She had this cute little greenhouse theme. These are her items, and I decided that for the first theme I'm gonna build today, I would do green, so you can kind of see my thought process as I go through. I wanted to use this house because I usually use the 4-space houses instead of the ones like we can have. If you don't know what I'm talking about, our houses, the resident representative houses, are 5x4 spaces and villager houses are 4x4, so it took up a little more space, but I think it was worth it. This is one of the items that Dotty asked for, so I decided to get that out of the way, and I was like, I've never done anything like this, like a lead up to the house, so yeah, just enjoy me trying to figure this out for a second. I don't know if I'm really married to the idea, but I did decide to put plants in between the topiaries. I just thought it would add a little bit more greenery. I wish they matched better, like these, the Schefflera leaves are a bit duller, I guess, than the topiary green. So yeah, it could have worked out a little bit better, but I was still like, that's kind of cute. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. I also kind of have like a symmetry thing going on. I wasn't even trying to do that. I guess it just happens because I do love symmetry, but the whole build isn't symmetrical. Like the decor that I go with, the plants, etc., aside from the trees, it's not going to be symmetrical. I'm really trying to break that habit because it can be really stressful trying to make everything super symmetrical, especially in Happy Home where most of the plots aren't symmetrical. Like you can't have perfect symmetry because of one thing or another. Also, they yawned. Like what I'm doing isn't that boring. Anyway, I love the pathing that I chose for this, the alternating circle paths. I think it turned out really beautiful. I think I think it fits this like lead up vibe because I was really bothered by the fact that it wasn't centered with where Dotty and Nico are standing. You can't really center it, even with a regular villager house, because their house, like their door, is like 3 spaces. So either way, I couldn't have centered it. But I think that the circle path kind of distracts from that. It makes it not as obvious that we're not perfectly lined up, the house and the entrance to this space, this plot. I also was a big fan of all these like weeds that I placed about. I think they add some life to the pathway. It bothered me that I couldn't get anything in that like upper right corner in front of the house because it was too close to the house, so it just felt empty, but wish I hadn't mentioned that. We're not going to focus on it, right? We're not going to focus on it. At this point, I was still trying to decide what kind of decor I wanted to go with. Obviously, I wanted a green theme, so I was trying to rely a lot on green things, but that ended up being mostly plants, and I was like, I definitely need to add something that's not plants, like maybe some more topiaries that are just item plants. But I think it comes together. I think it really does. Here I am adding in another topiary type. I mean, look at us go. I think it fits. I think it looks good with the other topiaries, and I kind of like the vibe, you know, how it feels a little bit elegant, like she has a really nice, fancy yard. I was trying to figure out what other items I could use, and I know I end up picking a green lantern, like the garden lantern, just because it's not super brightly colored, so I feel like it fits into this build. It doesn't distract from the theme. I tried some other things, but none of them really looked good. But yeah, you'll see how it comes together. Look, a vine, another plant item, you know? It's fine. It's fine. I do think it's cute that Dotty did ask for a color themed build. Like when I went up to her, her thing was like green. So I think that's kind of cool. It's like she knew our video theme for today. She's just one of our besties. And I do kind of feel bad because since I did green as the first of the color themes, that means I'm going to do another color theme, and it's going to be another color, not what Dotty asked for, and that's the one we're going to keep because I'm not going to go back and like redo all of this after I finish the second build, you know what I mean? Anyway, sorry about that, Dotty. I will make you the best interior ever. Okay. And so the green build is done. I'm glad I decided to do two because this video would have been very short if I hadn't. But I also just forgot, like, oh, I'm doing a video. I should show the build. I didn't. So here's me taking pictures of it. I feel like you get a good look at it. But yeah, this is how the whole build turned out, and I was considering other colors. So here you can see I'm going to get rid of all the items. It kind of hurt my heart. It hurts my heart every time I decide to do multiple color themes to spend so long doing the first color theme and then just erase it. So at first I was like, okay, I can do blue. I love blue. I think it'll turn out great, but I didn't like the way it looked with the yellow trim on the house. So instead I decided to do red. I think red also looks really good with the circle pathing that I've already created, so we can use at least a little something from the build that I had before. So I'm going to keep the circle pathing, but create a completely different vibe on this little island plot. I want you to keep in mind both builds and tell me in the comments which one was your favorite after I finished the red one. I feel like I got really attached to the green one, and so I went into the red one pretty biased, but I ended up really liking the red one too. I won't say which one is my favorite, don't want to bias you all, but yeah, so when I finish this, let me know which one you preferred. I know Dotty would have preferred the green one, so again, sorry queen for taking that away from you, but I think it turned out really cute, so I'm actually not very sorry for letting her have this red build. But yeah, I think this one, I used a lot more furniture items in this one than I did in the green one, because I feel like a lot more of them went really well with the red theme, and I was also willing to use more like brown in this build, whereas the green one I really focused on just green. So maybe that was just like a flaw of mine, that I should have been more open to using other furniture items in the green one. But I feel like the differently colored items really come in clutch for this build. I think they look really good. I used some of the orange wood items like the log stakes, the swinging bench, and it definitely does come together. Will it match the interior at all? Probably not. Probably not, but that's okay. I'll let you all enjoy as this build kind of comes together. I'm really excited for you to see this one. So you can see me kind of experimenting with with items, and then being like, no, that's ugly. I let myself be inspired a lot by the wreath that I chose for this house. So that's why I chose the fruit trees, because I did use the fruit wreath and I was like, actually that is really cute. So I only used the red fruits because I was like, I feel like they'll look better than like having a mix of fruits. Maybe I was wrong. But I did make this little farm area also with the alternating pathing. I think that kind of created a commonality with the circle pathing that leads up to the house, having this little area for crops. Also, I just wanted a reason to use the red topped well because it's one of my favorite items in the game. It is just so beautiful. But yeah, here I am putting in some crops to also match the vibe. I thought the potatoes were okay because you can mostly only see the green, and there's already green in this build from the grass and the trees. But yeah, I thought that the little farm area turned out so cute. That's probably my favorite part of this build, although I also like the swinging bench zone. At this point, the build is really coming together. I think the most difficult part of any Happy Home Paradise build for me is just the end, figuring out how to fill each space without making it seem cluttered or leaving a spot too empty. That is definitely the most difficult part for me, trying to just figure out how to fill the last few areas with different items. And then I panned up and realized I had this whole area to the left of the house that I'd just not even noticed, and I was like, great, cool. So I just filled that in. I was like, that's not super visible anyway, right? We can just put whatever there. One time I was doing a build and someone on YouTube told me, I think it was the shrine build, but they were like, this doesn't look like a shrine, it looks like a put whatever yard. And honestly, that's all of my builds. So here is this one complete. Again, did I actually stop and give you all like a nice view? No, I just took pictures. I don't know what I was doing. I usually get in the video vibe when I'm filming, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure everybody can see this since they sat through this whole video. Not this time. I was playing. I was fully into the game. No video mode in my brain. But I think this one turned out really well. Again, remember to tell me which one was your favorite in the comments. I'm really curious to see what you all prefer between the two builds. But yeah, so there's nothing much left now but to go inside and do the interior. I did want to give you all a little look back at the two builds. So here they are, so you can see them, kind of choose. And yeah, let's go do this interior. I'm not gonna lie to you all, once I got in here, I was so tired. Like, my design brain was exhausted from the builds I did outside, and I was like, you know, I don't really have the energy to create something beautiful now. So I did my best to create an outdoor kind of vibe. I didn't change the room dimensions or anything. That was too much for tired Lex. But I did try to use all of the items that Dotty wanted, even though I did use the topiaries and the bunny outside at different points. I did not leave a topiary, so definitely had to include that indoors. And I was like, why not go for a whole outdoor vibe then, since the topiary would definitely be outside. So I created this sort of like forest/garden path, and even though I did use a bunny outside, I used it in here as well because I was like, if she asked for it, maybe she does want it in her house. So this is just kind of restful, like outdoor, I don't know, space. Like a green, it leads up to the greenhouse, so I thought it was cute. Like maybe this is her backyard. She lives in the middle of a freaking forest jungle or something. The thought process was not there. But I do appreciate Dotty, and I hope she likes her house, even though I was not fully in it to win it by this point. Wouldn't you know that for the part of this build that I put the least effort into, I did remember to give you all a little view of everything. Incredible. Here is Dotty enjoying her new home. Again, I did leave her with the red theme, so I think she'll appreciate it though. Look at her all the way at the corner, just hanging out with the flowers. The angles that they use for these videos, these little like montages, are so funny to me. They're always like so awkward. It doesn't matter how beautiful your build is, the villager is not appreciating it in the correct way. But look at her, how cute. So I think we can all agree that she loved it. It was the best build she's ever seen, for sure. Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Please remember to take care of yourself, drink water, take your meds if you have any. Just remember to take care of yourself today. I'll see you all in the next video, but for now, bye!